Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Recently here in Syria, a video has gone viral of a sister being kicked in the face by a HTS member. Now subhanAllah, in the video you can see that the sister is on her knees, is dark, surrounded by multiple men, and all of a sudden a man comes and kicks her right in the head. SubhanAllah, watching this video for me brought back memories of the time I was hit by a HTS member and what I went through. Last year my uncle was taken by HTS. The second day after he was taken, we went out to do a protest because we didn't know where he was or why he was taken. At the same time, my aunties along with the little children were put under houses by HTS. As I was filming and walking up, the men were screaming. They were like, "You're not allowed to come here, don't come here." So one of the people that were next to me said to me, "Wait, just don't go up there, wait," as I was not expecting what happened next. So in the video you can see the phone flies straight on my hand. So what had happened was one of the HTS Emniyeen, he shoved me in my shoulder really hard and he flung the phone at my hand. You can then see that they go on and try to stand the phone, to break the phone. And the HTS members were standing in front of the gate that goes down to my auntie's house, and they were not letting us see my auntie, they were not letting us see the kids. So I got into this wall. This wall is not a high wall, just like kind of a low wall. I stood in it in order to talk to my auntie, and I'm trying to ask her, is she okay, is the kids okay, what's going on? So when I looked down and there's a guy, he's pulling at my legs, and at the same time another man had come on the wall and he was pulling at my arm, like he was holding my arm, and I had a phone in my hand, I was filming. At the same time, another man, he was coming over me, he was trying to grab the phone. So subhanAllah, after this happened, after the protest, I put the footage together and I put it on my Instagram, I shared it on my Instagram. And subhanAllah, within 5 minutes of it being on my Instagram, we get a call from an English HTS speaking member, and he basically threatened us, saying that if you don't get the video down now, it's gonna harm talks. So obviously took the video down straight away. The next day after that, I realized that I went up to work and I realized that there was a car following me, the car of HTS Emniyeen, and that happened for a long time, for like a week after my issue with them. I was being followed by HTS members. They were basically trying to scare me, as that's what they do to anybody and everybody that posts or speaks against them. SubhanAllah, we thought that khalas, we would go to their HTS court and we would talk about it, we would sort it out in a court. So subhanAllah, we went to the court, and while he was in the court, after I spoke to the judge, I said to him, "This is what happened." He looks at me, he goes, "You was in the video?" And I said, "Yeah, it was me." And he's like, "You got hit." And he looked and he was like very shocked, you could say. And I was like, "Yeah." And he's like, "I've seen the video and I just thought it was a Syrian from a camp." And I looked at him and I got so angry. I said to him, "What's that supposed to mean?" I was like, "So what's that supposed to mean? You could just hit any woman in the camp and it's fine, but because I'm a foreigner, you're giving me the time and talking about it." And he looked at me and he didn't know what to say. But subhanAllah, that's the reality with these people. They know that they can get away with hitting people. They can get away with oppression because everybody is too scared to talk. SubhanAllah, the next day, I wake up and I get told that there's an English HTS speaking member and he wants to talk to me. So I go to where he is, and I remember I just opened the door, so I see that the man standing there, the brother standing there, along with 2 other HTS members. And as soon as I walked in, you could see that they were angry. They looked angry, and I had no idea what they're angry about. They straight away started with, "Why did you share the video?" So I looked at them, I said, "Yeah, I shared the video because that's what happened yesterday, but I took it down straight away." I said, "As soon as I got the call, I took it down." And they were like to me, "No, you haven't taken it down, you better take it down now." And I was like, "I took it down, I didn't share it again, I took it down and I kept it down." So subhanAllah, what had happened was they are the ones that informed me. I had no idea. But my video, along with a picture that I have no idea who took, was shared on multiple Syrian groups and had basically gotten viral here in Syria. It had been sent around, and lots of people were commenting and sharing it. And they were very, very angry about it. I told them that I had no idea who had shared the video. I had no idea that there was even a picture of me online. And I had no idea about the whole group. So subhanAllah, after I sat with them for a while, they weren't talking in the nicest way. They were trying to scare me. They were trying to scare me and threaten me with people in the protest. They were saying to me that we know this person was protesting yesterday with you, and basically if you don't take it down, we're going to do something to them. The sister in the video, I understand what she's going through right now because I've been through it. SubhanAllah, they're going to be pressurizing her and scaring her in any way they can so that she doesn't speak up about what happened. And SubhanAllah, I've sat with other sisters that also have been hit and treated in very horrible ways by HTS members, and they all said the same thing. They scare you and they threaten you until you come to them and you apologize and you say it was our fault. And SubhanAllah, there's another case as well with a sister. She was beaten by HTS members with a stick in her home, and for a generation of time she stayed silent about it. She didn't tell anybody, and in that time they were threatening her. They would come to her house at night, banging on her door. They were following her in the night wherever she goes. The same thing they were doing with me, same tactic. Wherever you go, you know there's someone behind you. It's scary. It's scary to know these armed, masked men are following you wherever you go. SubhanAllah, as soon as this sister spoke about what happened, she was kidnapped by HTS, and it's been around 9 months now, and nobody knows what happened to her or where she is. If they can treat sisters like this openly, if they can hit sisters in front of people in public, imagine what they can do behind closed doors. SubhanAllah, we know there's torture in their prison. We know they torture people. So they don't expect anyone to come out and talk, and that's why they right now know that they think that they can get away with everything because no one's going to come out and talk. There's a saying of Ali ibn Abi Talib, I'll say in Arabic, it is حين سكت أهل الحق عن الباطل وهم أهل الباطل أنهم على الحق. And this is a translation I just put on the screen. I just want you to think about this saying. SubhanAllah, there's also multiple hadiths of the Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam talking about speaking out against oppression. And for me, that's the reason I'm doing this video. I'm doing it to try to be a voice of the voiceless and try to talk up against the oppression. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.